Welcome to Urban Update. I'm Byron Barnett. Project Think Different is a grassroots organization established in March of 2002 with the mission of using arts and pop culture to increase the power of voices in civic dialogue and policy formation to ensure equity and fairness.
The mission of Project Think Different is to really connect people to their voices and their power to create change in their lives, in their communities, and in society at large.
Media has an impact, one way or the other. I think with a lot of young people, that part of the impact, again, is not just the content, but that's part of it. They listen to this and they see these musicians, and they see that by what they're doing, that they're becoming successful. They then may feel in smaller ways that to imitate that kind of lifestyle and to glamorize it, that somehow they are going to be successful.
We affect each other's lives. We have to start putting out positive things for that and having integrity, but people don't act like that anymore. It's just like out for self and money hungry, and because we have this type of mentality, it's all greed, you know, and now it's a rat race. We're trying to get the crumbs that the government's basically let out for us. They're not teaching us in our schools. They're not teaching us on TV nor the radio.
Culture is ideological in that it reflects the ideas of the people who can finance it.
We look to popular culture, we look to mainstream media for answers that we used to be able to find in our homes, and that in our homes we have dysfunction, and that instead of looking to our parents, whether it's a single parent, whether it's both parents, whether it's same-sex parents, whatever kind of parents you got in your home, you don't look there first anymore. You look outside, or better yet, you're inside, you're in your little cave dwelling, and you're watching your boob tube, and you're getting your information direct. You're plugged in, just like a junkie. You know, you got it right in your veins, you know, getting this steady stream of corporate information that's designed to make you a better consumer. Not a better human being, but a better consumer. And so you develop consumption values as opposed to human values.
Pop culture that I think really prevails and dominates is much more the music, the hip hop, other television shows, and the movies.
So when you look at the issues of the world and so many of the challenges that we face with racism, sexism, and so many of the isms that continue to be a problem decade after decade, century after century, there tends to be a sense of hopelessness about our ability to have an impact on a large scale. And so many people in our generation, especially in the generations that have come after me, really want to make a difference, but so often do not know how to plug in to opportunities that will provide them a forum for change. Oftentimes they feel like their voice doesn't count, or that there's not really anything that they can do to have a lasting, far-reaching impact.
Look at the pop culture, the music around the civil rights movement, right? Look at songs like We Shall Overcome.
The movement music.
Or movement type songs. You got to keep on walking, keep on talking, walking down Freedom Road. I mean, think of that. That inspired people. I mean, people would sing these with this popular music that the whole black community knew, coming from the church, coming from the gospel, coming from the civil rights movement. I mean, you would have to have something almost equivalent to that. As a counter, I don't want to call it counterculture, but in opposition in a way to some of the negative stuff coming down.
So what we do is go to where they are, and that's one of the reasons why we use popular culture, the various facets, the various styles and genres of music, film, video, and really take our message to them. And what we like to do is approach it with a three-pronged kind of approach. And one is access, the second is education, and the third is dialogue. So in terms of access, what we want to do is bring socially responsible music, film, and video to those venues so that these young people can experience this, and also have folks who are looking for this type of material, give them the access to the material. Second, in terms of education, we want to help folks, you know, through a very disciplined curriculum, see how to decipher a lot of the symbolism, all of the intricate kind of cultural and political, social symbolism that's in the music, and kind of help them decipher that, but also educate folks who want to create socially positive and socially responsible music, educate them how to do that. So we do the education piece.
It's really about the power of the media to engage people in positive action and to take action within their communities and get involved and be part of creating messages themselves.
When we first started working with the young people, we went in with a model where we do some education around media literacy so that they can understand more about the medium itself and how it works and what its effects are. And then we start to break down how we build that process, how we build messages within the medium. And they came up with the idea based on, working within the framework of a PSA.
A lot of times what I find is the trouble I have is just a matter of access and resources. A lot of times the youngsters with their voices don't really have an opportunity or a means to go into a recording studio, be able to express themselves. So for me, as a producer and as a musician, a lot of times what I would do is kind of help enable them. Again, they already have a very good sense of what they want to express and communicate.
Our work is really divided into three primary components. Message development, in which case we host trainings and workshops and apprenticeships to develop more compelling messages for change, as well as providing incentive programs. In addition, we amplify and popularize these messages through various forums, like our Empowerment CD project. And then we create forums for transformational experiences where people have an actual opportunity to engage in issue-based change initiatives. So that's, if you look at a lot of our offerings, they're really divided into those three primary program offerings.
In just 1 year, there's been an overwhelming response to our programs that use popular culture to increase engagement and civic dialogue while creating a public awareness of the perspectives and priorities of diverse populations. We provide training and incentive programs for message creators in music, film, and video, opportunities to amplify and popularize positive messages, and forums that engage people in action for positive change. Our work speaks to people on a deep level, and they want more of it.
We all have the capability to change. The question is, are we willing to change?
One of the things I think a lot of people forget is they have like this picture of like it's a system versus one individual, not realizing the power that one individual person has. It takes one person to start to change.
So many endless possibilities of what could happen if people just really start using their creative minds and using their own talents in the way that they should.
I think that the value system will shift away from greed and grab and have to what kind of new beauty can you create?
Project Think Different believes that contemporary society needs messages that catalyze education, engagement, vision, and action. This includes the construction and dissemination of messages that provide a framework for change and channels that people are tuned into, and forums where people can learn and direct their energies towards positive social change.